HGTV star David Bromstad earns about $70,000 for every episode he films and lives in a stunning $1 million home. But in 2015, his life took a dark turn when his ex-boyfriend took him to court with shocking accusations involving drugs and escorts. The lawsuit claimed that more than $1 million had gone missing. Then, in 2025, a social media post from David frightened his fans and made people worry about what he was going through. What actually happened? And why did he later admit that he needed to stay sober and live the life he was meant to live? Today, we're uncovering the private struggles behind America's favorite lottery dream host. David Bromstad was born on August 17, 1973, in the tiny Minnesota town of Cokato, which had a population of only about 1,700 people at the time. His childhood was shaped by quiet farmlands, long freezing winters, and a close community where everyone knew each other. He lived there with his parents and 3 older siblings until he was 14, when the family moved to Plymouth, a suburb near Minneapolis. Life in Cokato was simple, but it was filled with warmth and strong Midwest values. David often says he loved how grounded and peaceful his early years were. His mother, Diane Marlis Bromstad, was born on February 29, 1944, meaning she technically has a birthday only once every 4 years. With Swedish and German roots, she worked as a nurse before deciding to stay home and raise her 4 children. Their home was modest but full of color, crafts, and love. She spent long winter nights creating art projects with her kids, and she was the one who first introduced David to fabrics, textures, and quilting, early lessons that would shape his future. On Mother's Day in 2021, David called her his sweetest, most wonderful, sassy, loving, and kind mom ever, showing how much their bond still means to him. His father, Richard Harold David Bromstad, was born on April 15, 1943. He served in the U.S. Air Force during the tense years of the early 1960s. With full Norwegian heritage, he returned home to work in blue-collar factory jobs. He was a simple man who preferred diners over fancy restaurants, and David described him on Father's Day as godly, loving, and deliciously competitive. It's clear that David's hard-working and humble personality came from him. Growing up, David shared his life with his siblings, Dean, Dinell, and Dion. Dean stayed in Minnesota and became known among family and friends for his incredible corn recipes. Dinell focused on education and family life. Dion studied interior design and later teamed up with David to start a small design company called Dragonfly Designs. David even got a dragonfly tattoo to honor their partnership. In 2021, both of his sisters joined him on a holiday special where they decorated his Florida home, showing fans just how playful and close their family really is. Even as a young child, David had a strong artistic spark. At only 4 years old, he painted the basement walls with food coloring and fabric dye. Instead of getting angry, his parents treated it like artwork and let it stay. His creativity continued to grow, especially during high school at Wayzata. But those teenage years were difficult. He faced constant bullying, and shockingly, one school administrator even encouraged it. The pressure was painful, but David pushed through because he had one clear dream: to work for Disney as an animator. He graduated in 1992, still determined to make that dream come true. When David left Cokato, he was chasing the dream he had held since he was 5 years old. Becoming a Disney animator wasn't just a career idea, it was who he believed he was meant to be. He attended Ringling College of Art and Design in Sarasota, Florida, a school famous for sending talent to Disney. The move was overwhelming at first. Florida felt like a completely different world compared to rural Minnesota. But David stayed focused, believing Ringling was his gateway to Disney. He started by studying illustration, because Ringling's drawing professors were some of the best, and he believed mastering drawing would lead him straight to animation. But everything changed 2 months into school. He took his first animation class and realized he hated it. The repetition, the strict structure, the endless hours, it didn't match the magical vision he had imagined for years. He panicked, wondering what his life would look like now that his dream no longer felt right. Instead of giving up, he shifted direction. He decided to focus on what he was naturally good at, drawing and painting. He stopped forcing himself to follow a dream that no longer fit, and he began creating a new path even though he didn't yet know where it would lead. During college, David wasn't the type to party or go out drinking. Instead, he spent most nights at the 24-hour Denny's on Tamiami Trail. It wasn't about the food. He loved the people, the mix of artists, punks, loners, and quirky strangers who showed up late at night. Their energy inspired him. His senior thesis was even based on this experience, entitled Nightlife at Denny's. He borrowed a real table and chair from the restaurant to make his presentation feel authentic. He got an A, and more importantly, the project helped him discover how he saw the world, full of color, layers, and emotion. His color theory classes also made a huge impact on him. Later, people in the industry would call him the color guy because of his strong sense of design. He graduated in 1996 with a degree in illustration. And interestingly, even though he no longer wanted to pursue animation, he still ended up working for Disney, but not in the way he had hoped. His first job was as a visual merchandiser in Disney's retail stores. He spent his days folding shirts, moving boxes, and arranging displays. It felt nothing like the dream he had imagined as a child. One day, his boss told him, "You're too talented for this. I can tell you're bored." That honest comment pushed him to leave the store job and move into Disney's Parks production company. That was where everything changed. For a year and a half, he helped create huge sculptures and installations for Walt Disney World. This hands-on creative work finally felt right, and he stayed with Disney as a contractor for 6 more years. He built sculpted pieces, props, and painted artwork not only for Disney but also for Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. If you walked through a theme park store back then, there was a good chance David had helped design something in it. He even taught himself carpentry to expand his skills. But then 9/11 happened. The entertainment and theme park industries took a major hit, and David lost his job. Money became tight, and he struggled to pay rent and buy groceries. He didn't know what to do next. Then, unexpectedly, a man from his gym who worked in interior design asked to see David's portfolio. David thought it might lead to small art gigs in hotels. Instead, the designer saw something more. He didn't offer him hotel artwork, he offered him a chance to design kids' bedrooms. It might have sounded unusual at first, but it was actually perfect for David. He already had years of experience creating playful environments and props at Disney. Kids' bedrooms, he later explained, were basically themed spaces full of prop-like elements. It fit his talents naturally. And once he started, he didn't just decorate those rooms, he transformed them into imaginative spaces filled with creativity and storytelling. He transformed every room he touched. For David, each space had to burst with excitement and spark imagination. His mission was simple, he wanted a child to walk in and say, "This is the coolest bed I've ever seen." That reaction, that wow moment, became the foundation of his future design philosophy. By 2006, everything was about to change. David was 32 years old, living in Miami Beach, when a friend convinced him to audition for HGTV's first ever Design Star competition. He decided to try, not knowing it would reshape his entire career. David approached the show like an artist. Every wall and every piece of furniture became part of a painting to him. His style was modern, bold, colorful, and full of personality. The judges immediately noticed he wasn't a typical decorator. He took risks. While other contestants stayed safe, David pushed boundaries and created rooms that looked like artwork. Then came episode 3, the Wild Card Challenge. Contestants had to design a room using items from unusual stores. David went to a pet shop and created a room so creative and unexpected that one judge called it absolute genius. From that moment, he became the clear frontrunner. Week after week, he surprised the judges and viewers. He never delivered something boring or predictable. He turned strange ideas into beautiful designs and made the impossible look effortless. By the finale on September 10, 2006, the competition felt close, but fans already knew the outcome. David Bromstad won the title. After nearly an hour of suspense, host Clive Pierce finally announced his name. David burst into tears and hugged everyone around him. Along with his own HGTV show, he won a brand new Mercury Mariner SUV. Some reports say he also ended up with a Ford Mustang GT convertible later, calling it his first brand new car. No matter the prizes, his real reward was becoming HGTV's first major breakout star. David returned to Design Star in 2007, 1 year after winning Season 1. In Season 2, he appeared as a guest judge in the premiere episode. But fans mostly remember Episode 7, Island Dreams, which aired on September 9, 2007. The finalists, Kim Miles and Todd Davis, were given $10,000 each to transform outdated hotel rooms in Hawaii into luxurious tropical escapes. David supported them emotionally and creatively. A week later, during the September 16 finale, Kim Miles was crowned the season's winner after nearly 1 million viewers voted. She received the same Mercury Mariner SUV that David had won, plus her own HGTV show, Miles of Style. Todd also got a Mariner as a runner-up prize, so he didn't walk away empty-handed. By 2011, David's role had grown even bigger. Instead of guest appearances, he returned to Design Star as the full-time mentor in Season 6, which premiered on July 11, 2011. This season took place in New York City and featured 12 designers competing. Tanika Ray hosted, while David focused on guiding the contestants through everything from on-camera confidence to strong design choices. He used his own experience as a winner to prepare them for challenges like the White Box Challenge, a dream kitchen makeover, and a tiny house design. The final 3 had to transform a space only 86 square feet in size. Meg Caswell won that season, with Carl Sponholtz finishing second. David constantly reminded them to master color theory, storytelling, and basic design principles to connect with TV viewers. In 2012, things shifted again. David became both the host and mentor for Design Star Season 7, which premiered on May 29. Tanika Ray was originally supposed to return as host, but plans changed, and David stepped in. The show also moved to Los Angeles. Contestants now had to handle tough design tasks while also performing well on camera. David guided them through each challenge and also oversaw the elimination rounds. Judges Vern Yip and Genevieve Gorder returned to evaluate their work and on-screen personalities. Danielle Colding quickly stood out and eventually won the season, earning her own HGTV program. For David, hosting and mentoring at the same time was twice the work, but it also meant he had twice the influence on the designers. Only weeks later, David returned once more for Design Star All-Stars, which premiered July 31, 2012. This series featured 6 returning contestants, Leslie Ezell and Kelly Clements from Season 6, Dan Vickery from Season 4, Tom Vecchione from Season 5, Hilary Younger from Season 7, and Josh Johnson, better known as Sparkle Josh, from Season 2. The competition took place in Dallas, and the winner would receive $25,000 and a guest appearance on an HGTV show. David hosted and mentored again, while Vern and Genevieve continued as judges. One standout challenge was the Rooftop White Box Challenge, where contestants had just 2 days and access to the high-end Pacific Design Center, far more luxurious than the usual limited supply runs. Celebrity guest judges such as actress Emily Proctor and HGTV stars Carter Osterhaus and Monica Peterson also appeared. In the end, Leslie Ezell won, becoming the first ever Design Star All-Stars champion. Meanwhile, David had already been growing his presence on HGTV long before some of these big roles. In 2009, he appeared on Bang for Your Buck, a show about helping homeowners get the best return on renovation costs. He balanced these appearances while hosting Color Splash, which was already in its 3rd season, proving his talent stretched far beyond one program. He also appeared on Design at Your Door and other HGTV specials, slowly becoming one of the network's most recognized personalities. These guest roles set the stage for his biggest future hit, My Lottery Dream Home, which premiered in 2015 and became one of HGTV's most popular shows ever. Color Splash, his major early hit, premiered on March 19, 2007. It ran for 10 seasons and completed 134 episodes, each transforming dull rooms into bright, lively spaces. David had an unusual technique. He chose paint colors last, sometimes only hours before filming. His reasoning was simple: the room's energy and its accessories should inspire the color, not the other way around. Early seasons were filmed in San Francisco, and later the show shifted to Miami to be closer to his home base. He always left behind something special, a painting of his own. It wasn't just a room makeover for him. It was something personal every time. By the time Color Splash ended in 2012, David had become more than just a TV host. He was known as HGTV's expert on color. He appeared on shows like Bang for Your Buck and Design Star as a guest judge, and he even helped contestants during their challenges. His talent and personality made him popular far beyond HGTV. In 2011, he was included in the UT 100 list, sharing space with big names like Ricky Martin and Julianne Moore. That same year, the Human Rights Campaign honored him with the Visibility Award for being proudly open about who he was while in the spotlight. David Bromstad's next big chapter began on the Gulf Coast in July 2015, when he hosted Beach Flip. Four teams faced a demanding 8-week challenge in Gulf Shores, Alabama. Their mission was to transform old, outdated 1980s beach houses that had bad layouts and mismatched wall colors. All teams began with the same starting conditions and competed for a grand prize of $50,000, along with weekly wins worth $20,500 to help increase their budgets. David didn't just host the show. He worked closely with the contestants and mentored them alongside Nicole Curtis and Josh Temple. From master bedrooms to huge kitchen makeovers, every detail counted. The finale ended with Martha Montress and Alex Bohr from Chicago winning the competition. Local real estate experts from Baldwin and Mobile counties agreed that their design brought in the largest increase in value. Each challenge gave the teams only 4 days to complete their work, which made the pressure intense, but the beach views made everything feel bigger and more beautiful. Just 4 months earlier, in March 2015, My Lottery Dream Home had made its debut. Since then, David has helped more than 200 lottery winners find their dream homes. Some winners had a few $100,000, while others suddenly had tens of millions. One unforgettable moment happened during a 2018 episode when John from Massachusetts scratched a $10 million ticket and decided to move to Hollywood, Florida. David showed him luxurious waterfront properties, including estates with private yacht docks and open views of the water. The show kept a steady format, 3 to 5 home tours per episode, showing features like private beaches, huge pools, designer kitchens, or even helicopter pads. What made the show special wasn't just the stunning houses, but how David helped each winner stay grounded while adjusting to sudden wealth. His design sense, calm presence, and warm personality guided them toward thoughtful decisions instead of impulsive ones. Then came a very personal moment in 2021 when the show revealed details about David's own life. After searching for 4 years, he finally bought his dream home in Winter Park. The house was a 5-bedroom, 4-bath Tudor-style property priced at $950,000, but he ended up paying $975,000 even though it was over his original budget. What convinced him was the outdoor kitchen and the beautiful backyard. He said it hit him like a wave, and he knew instantly it was the one. In 2022, he started major renovations. He added a gaming room, a home theater, a huge primary suite upstairs with balconies, a walk-in closet, and even a signature pink bathroom. By July 2024, he admitted that the renovation costs had become double what he had originally estimated, but the final result truly reflected his personality: bold, colorful, and luxurious. In the spring of 2021, he also joined Rock the Block Season 2 in Charleston. He teamed up with designer Tiffany Brooks, and they had just 1 month and a budget of $225,000 to renovate large 3-story homes. Their smartest design decision was adding a 6th bedroom and a 4th bathroom on the top floor, which increased the property value. Their kitchen design stood out with luxury finishes and dramatic colors. But the competition was tough. They were up against talented teams like Nate Berkus and Jeremiah Brent, Mike Holmes and Allison Victoria, and Brian and Mika Kleinschmidt. Even with strong designs and smart choices, David and Tiffany didn't win any challenge during the season. The Kleinschmidts ended up winning overall and earned the honor of having the street named after them. Fast forward to season 18 of My Lottery Dream Home, which premiered in July 2025. David is now earning around $70,000 per episode, making him one of the highest-paid hosts on HGTV, bringing in nearly $500,000 each year. His work takes him all over the country: Florida mansions, peaceful lakeside cabins in Tennessee, ski retreats in Massachusetts, and high-end properties in the Hamptons. The show continues to grow, proving David's long-lasting popularity. While he earns less than the Property Brothers, who made up to $150,000 per episode at their peak in 2017, David's connection with viewers and his comforting, friendly style have made him a star in his own right. But his rise wasn't without challenges. In December 2015, David's ex-boyfriend Jeffrey Glasgow filed a lawsuit asking for over $1 million and accusing David of misusing shared money on drugs and escorts during their 11-year relationship. The case didn't hold up. A judge dismissed it completely, calling the claims baseless. Glasgow was even sanctioned for making a frivolous lawsuit. David's lawyer said the lawsuit came from desperation, not the truth. In August 2016, David faced a frightening moment with his family. His father, Richard, almost died after suffering severe heart valve failure. His resting heart rate shot up to 136 beats per minute. David immediately rushed to the hospital and paused filming Color Splash while sharing the emotional moment with his fans on Facebook. Thankfully, his father recovered. 5 years later, David honored him in a touching Father's Day post that expressed how grateful he was for his dad's survival. Another tragedy hit in July 2015 when David's best friend, Greg Girard, a talented graphic designer, suffered a hemorrhagic stroke that left him nearly completely paralyzed. The medical costs reached about $100,000, and Greg's elderly parents moved in to help care for him. David raised $25,000 through a GoFundMe campaign and kept supporters updated as Greg slowly regained the ability to walk. It was a painful reminder of how quickly life can change and how important close friendships are. David's coming-out story also reveals how much he has overcome. During Design Star in 2006, he openly said yes when asked if he was gay, but the journey behind that answer was long and difficult. He grew up in a Christian household in Minnesota in the 1980s. One day in school, more than 600 students made obscene gestures toward him in the cafeteria while the principal stood by, not understanding what was happening. That experience left deep emotional scars, and it took him nearly 10 more years to fully accept himself. In 2023, while hiking 2,000 steps up Norway's Rjukan mountain, he posted a heartfelt message saying it felt good to be present, sober, and living the life he was meant to live. It was a quiet but powerful confirmation that he had spent years fighting addiction and had finally found peace. In May 2025, one Instagram photo caused panic among fans. David posted a picture of himself lying down with an oxygen tube in his nose and offered no explanation. Fans assumed something serious had happened. Comments poured in with worry and fear. The next day, David put everyone at ease by explaining that he was simply inside a hyperbaric chamber for a wellness treatment that boosts oxygen levels in the body. He said he was healthy, doing great, and feeling refreshed. It was just another example of David unintentionally causing drama with a simple photo. But not all his posts create confusion. In 2013, he donated $5,000 to Safe Schools South Florida, inspired by his own painful experiences as a student. That cafeteria incident from his childhood never stopped affecting him, and he wanted to help LGBTQ+ students feel safe and supported in school. He said he understood exactly how terrible that kind of bullying felt, and his donation was more than a gesture, it was personal advocacy. Outside of television, David has always remained an artist. His style, colorful, bold, and slightly whimsical, comes from his training at the Ringling School of Art and Design. In 2011, he partnered with Penny Lane Publishing to release prints of his paintings, including artwork featured on Color Splash. His goal was to make art accessible, to let people bring pieces of his creativity into their homes, and now many do. When it comes to his personal life, David is currently single. After ending his relationship with Glasgow in 2015, he said in 2019 that he hoped for marriage and children someday. He joked that he would love to have kids but needed a boyfriend first. In early 2025, he confirmed that he's still looking for love and hasn't given up hope. In September 2025, he teased a new HGTV special centered around the transformation of his Orlando home. His friend Lana Rice hinted in an Instagram story that fans would be shocked by how incredible the renovation looked. The updated home now includes a custom first-floor theater, an upstairs suite with a pergola deck, and luxury finishes in every corner. It is the most personal project he has ever worked on, and it shows. As of 2024 to 2025, David's net worth is estimated between $2 million and $4 million. He has made smart financial decisions, branching into furniture lines, home decor partnerships, brand deals, and art licensing. With his $70,000 per episode earnings, he has turned his TV fame into a strong and lasting business. But at the heart of everything he does is still design. That's what started his career, and that's what continues to carry him forward.